Welcome to the Northeast Florida Development Diaries, the place where we share the stories shaping the future of our region. This series is brought to you by the Northeast Florida Economic Development Corporation, a partnership committed to strengthening our communities, attracting investment, and expanding opportunity across Northeast Florida. I'm Amber Shepard, the Strategic Alliances Business Partner for Northeast Florida Economic Development Corporation, and your host. Each episode, we sit down with investor members, state leaders, and innovators who are driving growth, not just in boardrooms, but in neighborhoods, schools, and local businesses across our counties. These conversations shine a light on the people and programs moving our region forward and the impact their work has on our communities. This is where insight meets action. This is the Development Diaries. Today, on our inaugural podcast, I have the distinct honor and privilege of introducing our very first guest. This individual has a genuine heart for people and a deep passion for serving others. John Williams has been the CEO of the Arc of Bradford County for the past 3 years, and he brings a total of 15 years of experience in this field. He holds a Bachelor of Arts in Human Services from St. Leo University and has dedicated his career to supporting individuals with intellectual and developmental differences. John is incredibly community focused. He serves on the Bradford County Education Foundation and is an active Rotarian, currently serving as president of the Rotary Club of Stark. Beyond his leadership roles, John is a devoted husband to his wife of 9 years, Kaylee, and he proudly names his greatest accomplishment, being a dad to his daughters, Ansley and Eleanor. In his spare time, he enjoys traveling, spending time with friends, and true to his nature, solving problems. John, we are honored to have you here with us today.
Thank you, Amber. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. I'm glad to be able to have this conversation with you. So, for those who don't know your organization, can you share a little about you and what you do and what inspired your work here in North Florida?
Sure. So I've been with the Arc of Bradford County now, as you said, for 3 years. And the Arc supports individuals with intellectual and developmental differences in all aspects of life. You can think of anything that you might do in life, whether that is living in your home, going shopping, going to doctor's appointments, working, being involved in the community. The ARC supports individuals who just need that extra support to be engaged and an active member of society. And so I've been drawn to this work. I guess to me, it's an opportunity to help someone who can be successful by just being that support system that they may not have otherwise. And so I really have enjoyed my work here, and I'm looking forward to continued success in that industry.
That's wonderful. Can you share what you love most about doing business in our region?
Sure. Well, I am a native Floridian. I grew up not very far from here. Actually grew up in the town of Keystone Heights. And so I think there's that connection to this area because of being raised here. It's just, a place that you fall in love with. It's a great place to raise a family. I moved away for several years, lived in Atlanta, did some traveling, but was always drawn back to the area. And so that's kind of, I think, why I love doing business here is because of, that kind of tie to my youth of, this is home.
I love it. I love it. I too grew up in the area. My family moved here in 1984 through military transfer. And we transferred one time up north for about 3 or 4 years, but then we came back, and just like you, this is home for us. So, when you think about the growth happening in and around our region, what excites you the most?
I think just the opportunity, for several areas. The opportunity to bring more resources to the community. That's a big thing. And I think, the opportunity for us to show those who are moving in to the area of what it means to be a resident of North Florida. There's so many things that people outside of the area don't know. We have everything from the springs that, are a huge hit in the summertime to everyone thinks beaches and Disney World when you come to Florida, but there's just so much more that we have to offer. And so I think, those opportunities of creating dialogue with new residents and new businesses, and then just teaching them, about the area. Those are the things that excite me.
How did you first get connected with the Northeast Florida Economic Development Corporation?
Well, our agency, operates several kind of sub businesses that we provide opportunity for our clients to work in the community and be involved in various community activities. And so one of our industries is Sunshine Industries. And so it's a wood shop that creates any kind of wood commodity that you would think of. So everything from picnic tables to pallets, planter boxes, survey stakes. And so for us as a business, looking to expand that footprint, we wanted to be able to partner with agencies that could help us do that. And so that's really, kind of what led us to, join with Northeast Florida Economic Development Corporation, because we wanted that partnership to be able to, get the word out that we have this available.
So, from your perspective, do you feel like the EDC has helped you create some of those opportunities and visibility?
Absolutely. I think, for so many people in our community, they know us either as the ARC, supporting individuals with intellectual and developmental differences, or they know us as Sunshine Industries. I have conversations with people every month where they'll tell me, I pass by your building, 100 times a year, and I didn't even know you were here. And so I think the more we can be visible in the community, the more we can create those partnerships. It's just something that I think benefits everyone.
Especially with the construction industry. My understanding is your organization provides survey stakes. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. So that's one of our biggest sellers as far as sunshine industry goes, because it's a commodity that you really can't reuse. Once it goes in the ground, it's done. And so for businesses, whether it's surveying companies, construction companies, they really lean on us to be able to supply those things that they need in the construction world.
Now, my understanding also about the ARC is that your organization trains individuals for workforce, right?
Correct.
So businesses that are moving here could potentially partner with the Arc of Bradford for some potential training opportunities.
Absolutely. So one of the things that a lot of businesses find whenever they hire some of our clients is that when our clients go to work someplace, there's a sense of pride associated with that job. They take ownership. The turnover is very minimal when we find someone who really excels in whatever industry or trade it might be, and they're trained and they're competent in their job. We find those individuals will often be there 20, 30 years because they just take a sense of ownership. So it's a win-win for everyone, really, because businesses find that, they don't have to continually look for that workforce. They've got someone who's going to be consistent, and is going to be there for the long haul.
That's awesome. And I know some employers may be concerned about technical capabilities, but you've got a pretty big project on the horizon that your employees could be very well qualified for. So can you share some about that new project that's coming up and how that translates into technical capability in the workforce?
Yeah, absolutely. So, again, as an industry, we look at individuals who have intellectual and developmental differences, um, as people. It's a radical concept, but we believe that they are people who can participate in every aspect of community living. So one of the things that we are getting ready to launch is we are launching Access Brewing Company, which is mission oriented in that it will be focused on employing people with intellectual and developmental differences. And so training them to work in that industry, to be able to, again, just it creates another form of dialogue, another avenue that the individuals we support can engage the community as a whole.
So tell us a little bit more about this project, Access Brewery. Where are you in the process, and what can the community do to support that project?
Yeah, so we've launched our initial campaign to crowdsource the startup costs related to the project. So that's where we currently are. As funds come in for that project, what we are doing is each time we hit a threshold, we take the next step. So we've put together our marketing, our branding. We have all of that in place. The next step will be licensure. And then after that, we will begin working on construction for the location.
What's your monetary goal threshold for licensure?
So licensure costs a few $1,000s. So once we are at $10,000 mark, that is where we will hit, to begin that licensure process.
If somebody wanted to contribute to that project, how can they do that?
So they can go to actually the ARC's website, and there is a link there that kind of discusses the project, review, kind of gives all the information about what we're doing, and there's a way for people to donate funds there. Now, because it is its own entity, so it is, a separate business that is for profit, any donations that people make are not tax deductible. And so we want to make sure that people understand that. But we do have, kind of different incentives based on the amount of funds that are contributed, even up to naming rights for the tap room.
Oh, so there's definitely some marketing expense there for
Yes,
businesses that they
yes,
can use. Excellent.
yes.
When you think about the next 5 years, what do you hope to see for our region?
So I think stability is one that I'm really hopeful for. I know the economic outlook for the state, financially, there's concern there. And so I think, the more that we can create business opportunities in our community, the more stability we can ensure exist in our region, regardless of what might happen across the state or other parts of the country.
Thank you, John. Is there anything else that you'd like to share about the ARC or the EDC?
No, I think, for most people, if you don't have someone who might be impacted by an intellectual or developmental difference, there may be a stigma associated with that. And I would just invite people to come and visit and see what we do. The ARC is, not what people typically expect. And so there are so many opportunities, I think, for education and for individuals and companies to learn about what we do and find ways to partner with us so that everyone wins and that we can see, just success across the community. So I would invite anyone to reach out to me if they are interested in learning more. And I'd be happy to talk with them one-on-one and take them around and give them a tour.
What's the best way for people to get in touch with you or the ARC?
So they can go to our website, which is thearcbradford.org. And there's a list of contact information. They can reach out to me directly at my email. My email is john.williams at thearcbradford.org.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time today, John. We really enjoyed having you and learning about the Arc of Bradford County. And we'll be sure to include the contact information in the video description. We look forward to seeing you again on the next podcast for the Northeast Florida Development Diaries.